friends. How we doing this morning? I hope you're having a good day. We're going to get started. It's Thursday morning. I'm ready. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to go. I got some background music going on. It may be a little loud. It may be quiet. Just let me know in the comments, in the chat. We'll make sure we adjust that. We're going to get going here. I just sat down. Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays are going to be a little bit tougher for me to have an idea where the market's at before I sit down, simply because I'm taking my kids to school. Good morning, Deborah. I'm glad you're here. Today, we're going to be doing a 3-trade challenge. We'll talk about that here in a second once we get a couple more people logging on. But we had news at 8:30. Look at that nice wiki wick. We hit our first key level that I was expecting yesterday for us to hit. We hit that right there at 9:19, and we are reacting to it here. Okay. So let's see what happens there. I'm going to get a little bit of a higher time frame feel for the market right now, and we'll go from there. Is that high right there? Okay, that is the high. This is the obvious swing high that's sitting right up here. It's still a ways away. It's about 84 points away. 84 points away. I got, like I said, music's playing. We got some background music. If it's a little on the high side and you can't hear me as well, just let me know. We'll get that straightened out. But today we're going to be doing a 3-trade challenge, and I'm going to explain what that means. Okay, a 3-trade challenge. Think about what you think that means. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but we're going to do a 3-trade challenge today, and it's going to be good. I think this is what is needed. I was trying to figure out what is missing in a lot of traders that I've talked to, and including myself, and I've already set this rule for me. But we're going to be going over that. I want to get an idea of where the market is, though, first. So let's look at the hourly time frame. The market has been in this bit of consolidation. We yesterday had this 10 o'clock candle that we missed. And I want to review yesterday's price action because I had an aha moment. Good morning, Gino. How you doing, my friend? I'm glad you're here. You're welcome. You're welcome here any day. We got a little bit of reaction. I'm not doing anything before 9:30, and I need to check FX calendar just to confirm we have no more news for today. So today is Thursday. We have news at 8:30, and we got news at 9:45. So we're not going to do anything till 9:45. So we got a little bit of time. We're going to get situated. It'll give us a good bit of time to get situated as far as what I'm looking at and talking about this 3-trade challenge that I want you guys to participate in with me. Okay? It's going to be really good. Going to be really good. Really, really, really good. All right. So we got a lot of wicks from yesterday. We have this hourly fair value gap that got filled at 8 a.m. over the 8:30 candle. So that, and then we hit the high. All right, so this is 8:30 candle. Yep, that's the 8:30 candle. This is our news candle. We're going to be looking at targeting this level here. This is our data low. We've already ran the data high, and we hit a higher time frame fair swing high, and we're in a 15-minute fair value gap. So I will be, and our most obvious trade opportunity is going to be to target this low. More than likely, that's going to be ran today. And it may just be a sweep of it. It may want to run further for these equal lows. But that is We got multiple equal lows hanging around here that I see. Let's go this one. Okay. Give me a second here, folks. This is Tyler.
Hey, Tyler. Mark Allgood. How you doing?
Doing all right, sir.
Okay. So, Taylor finally got the pre-approval letters. I don't know if you knew that.
Yep, I believe that was all taken care of.
Okay, well, here's the deal. They were supposed to be there July 26th, and they got them today, or got them yesterday. So I think we need a little addendum that just says, hey, buyers and sellers both agree to move forward, even though, the pre-approval letters and the home inspection contingency was completed after the contract date, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I sent that. So she emailed those to me. She texted me. I texted her right back, said, hey, I think we need this addendum. And I already actually had it signed. Because if they ever got the approval letters, I thought we needed this. And she won't respond to me. I mean, it's just like, I know you were on your phone because you just sent me this. And can you help me? I sent it to her. I can send it to you if you want. But I really think we need to get this addendum signed, and then so we can pen the listing and move. And I think they're moving forward with the appraisal and everything.
Yeah.
We're already through the home inspection. But God, this lack of response is just
Killing you.
It's really irritating.
I understand. Yep, it's happened to me with her, so this will be something once this is through, something's going to happen.
God,
So.
in 19 years, I have never had an agent who will just ghost me for periods, days at a time like this. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Not a problem.
But could you please reach out to her and tell her that we really need to get this addendum? And I took a picture of it, so it's a shitty copy. I can resend it. I can go scan it, resend it in a better format, so it looks nicer. But Can you tell her the importance of us getting this signed, and let's get it done today and just get it pending and be done?
Yes, sir. Sorry about that, folks. Got a fire on the real estate side of things, and it's not very fun. Okay, so we're going to be doing a 3-trade challenge. What this means is we're going to look at getting all the trades in for the entire day in 3 trades, or less. You can take 1 trade and be done. You can take 2 trades and be done. You can take 3 dones. We're turning off the charts. Now, the reason why we're doing a 3-trade challenge is because I was trying to figure out something. There's a lot of things you have to manage as a trader. There's a lot of small rules. There's a lot of things you got to be careful about. It could be being careful that you're not over trading, being careful that you don't revenge trade, being careful that you don't oversize, being careful that you're not taking crappy trades, being careful that you're not just gambling your money, right? There's several different aspects to trading that you really need to make sure you're on point about, because if you don't, you're going to blow an account. And my question that I was really trying to just figure out, what is the simplest, most logical way we could get all of that into something very simple? And the answer is only allowing yourself to take up to 3 trades. Why? If you only take 3 trades, you can't overtrade. You won't be able to revenge trade. And you won't be able to take, or you're more likely not to take, crappy trades because you know you're limited to the amount of trades you can take. So it eliminates a lot of the issues that we see as traders simply because we only can take 3 trades. So we're going to look at only 3 trades today. Our goal is only to take 3 trades. That means we may not take some decent setups in hopes that we get a better setup. But we got 3 trades. And typically, if the first trade is a loss, I would say the other rule is a loss and you're done. If you take a loss, you close the account. And that is just to protect you so that you don't take 2 more losing trades and then now you're down a lot. Right? Joseph, 2 Timothy 1:7, for God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Have good trades today, people? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right. We're going to have a great day. We're going to do, we're looking for a one and done. The other thing that it requires you to do if we're doing this 3 trade challenge is it requires you to hold your trades longer. Now, there is one little caveat that we're going to include in here, is that if you take a break-even trade, that trade does not count against you, okay? So if I have a break-even trade, number 1, break-even trade, number 2, I still could take up to 3 more trades, okay? A break-even trade is your get-out-of-jail-free card of the not being able to take a trade because you hit your limit situation. So I'm going to encourage everybody that's watching here today that to put this rule in place where you're only allowing yourself 3 trades for the day, because it's going to benefit you in so many other ways by restricting the number of trades you take. You don't have to worry about over trading. You don't have to worry about revenge trading. You don't have to worry about taking at crappy setups, because you're going to try to be careful to make sure you're getting the best of the best type setup. Okay. And right now we got news at 9:45. So we want to wait till 9:45, till that time to take a trade. So hopefully this is still intact here before, after 9:45. But I'm liking this structure that we're seeing right now. We got a high, low, higher, high. If we get something like that, I may be interested in that, because this is the obvious draw on liquidity, folks. This is the obvious draw on liquidity. It's going to go there. How it gets there, we have yet to find out. I was hoping that we were going to leave a fair value gap right here, but we didn't. We just wick lower. The bodies are closing within the low of this wick. Okay. So we're doing a kind of a little bit of a ranging thing. This is why we want to wait till 9:45. It could just collapse before then, but I'm going to guess it's not going to do that. We're going to wait till 9:45 though. But we are well extended. We are well extended, and it's hard for me to want to go long. It is really hard for me to want to go long. We'll know, it needs to be obvious if we're going to run this high. If we're going to run this swing high, it needs to be obvious for me. Felipe, good morning, my friend. Good morning. Now, we did not close above the volume imbalance. This is very, very important for you to note. Okay, right here. This is the volume imbalance I'm talking about. and we did not close above it. We are right now, this is the daily candle. We're wicking higher, but we didn't close above it. So to know if we're going to go higher or not, it really determines if we close above this or not. Now, that's a daily candle, so we're not going to get an answer to that till the end of the day today. On the 4-hour chart, we don't have a single fair value gap to the downside. Not a single fair value gap within this price action to the downside. Okay? We bounced off the first 4-hour fair value gap here and moving higher. This is bullish. This is bullish price action. Down to the 1 hour here, we have this. This is our wick. This is really the only thing that we have at the moment. We have this mitigation block right here. And we have this breaker. Interesting. We have this low, high, lower, low. This would be a breaker right here. I'm interested to see what we do with this on the hourly. I need to clean up some of this charts here. Even on the 1 minute, guys, there's nothing here. See how everything is overlapping each other? We do not want to trade this. We do not want to trade this. Wilhelm, good morning, my friend. All right, for those of you that are just joining, we are doing a 3-trade challenge. What I encourage you to do is go back about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and listen to that portion of the live stream. I talk about why we're doing a 3-trade challenge, what it is, and really why you should be doing it. It's really, really good, really important. I think this is going to solve a lot of problems if you can be disciplined enough on this one thing. You have one thing to be disciplined on. You're only allowed 3 trades. You're only allowed 3 trades. Okay? Good morning, John. It's been a minute. Haven't seen you. Maybe you've been in, maybe you've been not, maybe you haven't, but it's good to see you, my friend. 3 trades. That is what we're doing. 3 trades. Okay, I want to see this react right here. Three trades. My argument for 3 trades is this, is it allows you to focus on one thing that encompasses several different things, right? If you focus only on taking 3 trades, well, you won't be able to overtrade. You will not revenge trade, and you'll be much more careful on the trades that you take because you know you're limited to just 3. The only caveat, the only out is if you can get your stop to break even and you get a break even trade, that does not count against one of your trades. So that's your free pass, is if you can get your stop to break even. Getting your stop to break even is like, to me, is the gold standard of trading because it reduces your risk, it eliminates the fear of losing money, and allows you to be much more objective in your trading setup. Now, the only thing I will say is getting bigger moves can be more difficult when you move your stop to break even, especially if you move it before you actually get the push in the direction you want price to go. So that's why I'm making it a free trade, but I think there's definitely going to be some good that comes from this, and I would love your guys' feedback. Really challenge yourself. Really challenge yourself to only do 3 trades. Commit to it for a single week. It doesn't have to be a lifetime, but try it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen by you restricting yourself to just 3 trades? What's the worst that could happen? I mean, legitly. Miss an opportunity in the afternoon? Okay. What's the lesson? Don't take the crappy setup that you took in the morning, right? Challenge yourself for just a week. The rest of this week and next week. And see if your trading changes. See if you are more patient. See if you're not willing to trade in this crap that you're seeing right here. See if you end up taking a better setup as a result of it. Right? See if it prevents you from trying to get back the money you lost. Because that's a big one. That's a big one. Nobody likes to end a day negative, and what happens is we end up trading and then we end up even more negative. So, I mean, I think it's a winner. 3 trade challenge is a winner. And I'm going to be talking about that multiple times today. So if you don't like it, you're welcome to leave. I think it is the simplest way to find discipline in multiple areas of your trading. This one rule, if you can focus on this one rule, it will change the way you trade. Now, I'm sitting here as one that's advocating for this, and I have not done this myself. I'll take 2. I've taken 1 trade a day. I've taken 2 trades a day. Sometimes I'll take 4 or 5. But I'm saying 3 because I think that's the healthy number to find the trade that you're looking for, overcome mistakes that you've made, but also exercise the discipline that traders need to have. So I'm excited about it. I think this is it. Okay, there's 945 right there. Here's our move. Well, not our move, but I'm hoping it gives us a little fair value gap to run these data lows. There is nothing that's obvious here on the 1 minute. Let's drop down to the 5 minute over here. If you're down, Joseph, thanks for saying I'm down. If you guys are willing to do it, let me know in the chat. And if you're like, nope, I'm happy with my discipline. I'm happy with my trading style. I'm happy with how I manage my risk. Let me know also in the chat. Let me know. But this is what we're going to be doing here. At least we're gonna do this challenge for the rest of this week and next week. That's our goal. Is we want to do this to give us a shot at seeing how it works for us. Okay? And I'm very optimistic about it. All right, here's a fair value gap on the 1 minute that we just wicked into. We have another one down here. Man, I hope it gives us an opportunity. But I'm not trading in this, guys. No. It definitely appears that it wants to move lower. When you see price action that has wicks and large bodies, stay out. Especially when they're really close together. Okay, I'm going to put on here. All right. So on this screen that you guys see right here is going to be an eval account that I have up, and then I have this is my Apex eval and funded accounts that are going to be copied. And then on my other screen, I have my personal account that I'll also be trading here. And that is what we're going to be working with today. Hang on, guys. Stay out of this. There is nothing good here. This is crap-a-rooskies. Right there. That is what this is. This is all crap. Don't trade that. Refrain from trading that. We want nothing to do with it. I do like this equal low down here. I just hope it gives us an opportunity. Even on the 5 minute, guys, look here. Look on the left side of this curve, of this market maker sell model. This is a market maker sell model. We have our low, our buy side, and then our sell side. We don't have a single 5 minute fair value gap here. So our data low is 19,937. That's our data low. Now, what I would like to see, if we can get it, I would like to see this. I doubt it's going to give it to us. It doesn't even look like it wants to give it to us. That's what I'd like to see. Giving us a fair value gap somewhere like there to go short. Also, it would line up with the breaker. Do you see how the breaker worked even in all this chop? See that breaker? That is a beautiful, beautiful breaker. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Now, I don't know who stays on here and who's joining, so I'm just going to reiterate it multiple times. We're doing a 3-trade challenge. Our goal is to get the best moves, to get all of our moves within 3 trades and be done for the day. Okay, that's the challenge that we're doing here today. Way to go, Joseph. You actually took the breaker. Way to go, my friend. Way to go. That was, I mean, it worked out the only thing I didn't like is all of this in there. We swept this low right before the data lows. The great thing about this, about the 3-trade challenge is, man, it makes you be patient because you want to get the best moves. You don't want to just waste one of your trades on a crap move. Now, if you miss a move as a result of it, that's okay. Guess what? There's going to be another one. There's going to be another one. Okay, there's a minute left in this candle. And this is the 5-minute, and we are green right now with that wick. That is bullish. We have low resistance liquidity right here. Do we have a 30-second in here? We have a small 30-second that happened right here, and probably another one that's going to be right here for these relatively equal highs. Did that close? That did close. I'm not taking this. It's a legitimate setup. We ran sell side down here. But what I'm looking at this for is to do something like this. That's what I want. So I'm looking for this down move more than I am the up move. But you can play the retracement. You just got to be careful, right? And we're running into that breaker for a second time. So this is the 30-second. I'm hoping that we get a 1-minute breaker. I would like a 1 minute more than I would a 30-second. That's a breaker box. We'll see how it reacts to that. I'm expecting it to run through it, to be honest. I want it to run through it. All right, what's this music? I don't want words. I want... I mean, it sounds good, but I don't think I want words. All right, let's change it. All right, so we have swept this high. We'll get my guess is we'll little pop here to grab these right here. And then I'm looking for this to come back lower. If we continue higher, we continue higher. You can't hear the music? Joseph, can you hear the music? No? Yes or no? I need to figure out this, the music. I'm trying to get the right level, so I don't know what that right level is. Yeah, okay. All right, let's try that. All right, here's our retracement. Now, sometimes a breaker block can also act as an inversion breaker block. So let's see if this finds support here and moves higher, okay? We also have a breaker here, not this breaker, but this breaker. You guys see that? Let's see what happens here. News in 2 minutes. What news is in 2 minutes? For Thursday, I got... I guess we do have existing home sales. Okay, I'm fine with that. Here we go. What's my 1 minute? All right. All right, I'm expecting this to move pretty quick in 30 seconds to this low, so I'm watching for a close below here to be able to take that. I would be interested in that as one of my trades. This is not an A plus because it's right at it is at a news candle. And we didn't get the close anyway. So no close there. We're waiting for a close below. We just disrespected this smaller breaker here, so this is irrelevant in my opinion. The 30-second didn't close either. We swept 1, 2. We swept some this low resistance liquidity, and our target again is this low, this data low right here. This is what we're targeting, what we're looking for. All right, I'm going to take this trade right here. I'm moving my stop to break even. I'm going to sell 3 contracts right now. And now I'm going to hold the rest for the data low. We are holding for this data low down here. Okay? It's 36 handles. I'm going to sell one at this low right here. And hold my remainder one for that data low. Okay, so I'm selling one. I'm going to sell one here and then one here. All right, stopped out there. There we go, folks. That was a wonderful trade. It did not give us the data low, but we took some profit from that. We'll see if there's another opportunity to target that data low here. I want to see if this 30-second will hold for us to move lower. Let's see if we can get this data low right here. Or that sell side. We got a sell side target right there. Let's see if we can get this sell side target. Okay, there's sell side target. And let's see if we can get the data lows next. And there's the data lows. Okay, guys, I re-entered on this trade here, assuming that we were targeting these data lows, and I got back in on this inversion, and I finished it. So what I got stopped out, I initially took 5 contracts. I sold 3 on this initial push, got stopped out at 2. I got back in with those other 2 that I got stopped out on, and I finished the trade. Because to me, this data low was our obvious draw on liquidity. We waited for the news, and we just had a deeper retracement back into the original fair value gap that was rejected, and then we immediately inversed this retracement leg. We inversed this leg, and so I got in on that close. and then targeted this data low. I cannot complain. That's 2 trades for me, and I am gonna be done after that because that was really nice. I'm not going to take a third trade on my personal account. We'll look at this account that I have right now. How many trades have you taken, Deborah? We got a 3 limit. I guess it depends if you started red before we got on stream. Okay? We got to be careful. You cannot trade. Do not trade before. I would wait till after the open. Until after news. That's your safest bet. Okay? And I mean, what happened once news happened? News happened at 10 o'clock right here. And then we started moving. Do you see that? After news, it's like now it gives it permission to start running out of the consolidation area. That's just, I mean, it happens all the time. Okay, you started red. All right. So you used all 3. You started red and you're almost out of the red. Okay. So what I would do is walk away at this point. Take the win, even though it might not be completely green. Oh, you got one more trade. So be careful. Since you know you got one more, wait for that perfect setup, that obvious setup. To me, the reason why I took this one here was it was obvious. And it was after news. And the reason I took this one is because it was a continuation of the first one, still obvious for the draw on liquidity. Data lows are one of my favorite actually targets. Especially if you get a big wick from a news candle like this. When price takes out one side but leaves the other, there is a good probability it's going to run for it. So I am $700 away on this eval account from it passing. $700 away. We'll see if we can get this passed today. We'll look and see what we can get here. All right. Now that we obviously have some displacement lower, let's figure out where it could go. Okay. So this is a market, in my mind, this is a market maker sell model. A mini one, market maker sell model, moving towards these. We have low resistance liquidity here, and then we got a bunch of junk over here. Okay, let's see, where is midnight open? Is there? There's midnight open. We're about all that at it already. We already hit the equal lows over here. Yep, and you know what's crazy? What's crazier is we timed it right. And this is the concept that ICT talks about. It's time, then price. What was the time? Right after the news. And what was the price? We saw our entry model to go short. Time and price executes and gives you the entries. You just got to be patient and wait for it. We swept this low by a tick, just a swing low that's sitting over here on the 5-minute. We swept it by a tick. So my guess is we're going to come back for that. We got relatively equal lows here that we ran that we could find some resistance on. Sitting right at equilibrium right there. Let's see if we push through that, maybe wick up into this fair value gap and see if we want to continue lower. It may not have the strength or energy to get that high, and it may be too heavy. If it doesn't get to this level and it starts moving lower, it tells me it's heavy and it wants to move. See how it's finding resistance right here from this breaker? This is a higher time frame breaker. We close below it on the 15-minute. We're heavy. There's not a fair value gap on the 30-second for us to run these lows, but there's a good chance we'll run it. I'm not going to take it. I want a little bit deeper retracement. Because this also could be a fake. I've seen those before. And let's see. No, it is not a fake. We just swept that low again, and we'll probably target the midnight open and these lows that are sitting down here. See how it just swept it barely? Okay. This is where patience is required. This is where it's so easy to start over trading and thinking that, hey, I want to get a part of this big expansion move. Now what price will do many times to basically take people's money is it's going to go up and down in here. It'll go higher, maybe a wick lower, a wick higher, consolidate in here, and then it drops. Okay? So you got to be careful when this happens. The way you overcome this is by waiting for something like this. An obvious push higher, and then it's rejected. That is your indication that price wants to start moving. This here is the signature in consolidation when you get consolidation in price, you're waiting for that push higher to be violated on the way down. That is your indication for your entry on a continuation play. It's also really nice when there's a fair value gap involved in that. Okay? It also is helpful when this level overlaps with, let's say, a breaker to the upside. It's just overlapping confluences. You cannot, and it's so common, it's happened to me many, many times, where it's just going to do this. This candle here was so convincing, but guess what? It stopped, swept the low barely, and then now went back into consolidation. This, you have to be able to recognize sooner than later and then step back. Wait, or if you're already in a move, understand that it has to do this to generate more liquidity. So it does this to get more buy stops or sell stops. People that think it's going short, it goes higher. And then people stop out. It grabs those orders to continue lower. It fakes lower, so people are getting in to go short. And then it moves higher, and people are like, oh, I'm getting out. So they sell their orders to higher institutions that are going short because this move isn't done yet. Right? This move has some ways to go. And so that's what this is doing. It's generating more liquidity. We're waiting for this to take place to really get those sell stops and then continue lower. Because they don't want people to participate in the move. They want to take their orders so they can participate in the move. That's what this is about. And when you can see the market in that way, it almost gives you a new lens to look at price, to see it in the context that it's trying to get people out of the move. It's trying to get more orders so that smart money can take those orders and go short. That's my assumption why it's doing this. I don't think we're done going lower. Right? We've already had a large displacement. To me, it's obvious that it wants to move lower, and we have so much downside opportunity at the moment. And what time is it? It's 10:20. 10:20. We want to wait till 10:45 for a potential other setup. Doesn't mean it can't happen before then, but I just like those times. Now, there are times, remember how I said it may be too heavy? Remember that language I said? Remember I said it may be too heavy? This can happen, assuming this continues. Sometimes it's just so heavy that it will continue lower. Right now, it looked as if it was going to be too heavy and continue, but guess what happened to the body? The body closed back into it. I'm not saying it can go up now. It may continue lower. My point is, sometimes price is too heavy. So we don't get that manipulation move to the upside to give us the short entry, and we miss the move, and that's okay. That's just part of trading. We miss moves all the time. Your goal is not to get every trade, it's to get a trade. Did you guys see the short that I made called the PB&J model? Did you guys see that? I shared it. I was working with somebody, a friend of mine, and I just put together something for him to focus on, and it was the PB&J model. I don't know why I said that. I was kind of joking, to be honest. But ended up ended up able to get a trade out of it here earlier this week, and actually there might be I might be able to show you one right here. Let's see. Let's make it thicker. Yeah, this one did not work out. We had a lot of manipulation here. It ended up working, actually, on this candle right here at the 10 o'clock candle. There's the entry at 10 o'clock. So the idea is you wait for the change in state of delivery on the 5-minute candle for the candle that enters the swing high, and you wait for it to break lower, and you wait for it to come back up to it. Now, you would have been manipulated out of it twice. One time here and the other time here. But the third time it came up into it, it hit it and dropped. But what is that? Why would it do that? We had news. We had to wait till after the news. So if you waited till after the news, the entry was on point and actually played out to the T. So another good PB&J model right there, my friends. The point is not that you do that model. The point is you find a set of rules that you want to follow, entry criteria, and then you wait for that entry criteria, and then you take the entry. All right, so what did price do? Look at this. Take a note. Look how close it is to our fictitious fair value gap we wanted to violate. It came up into this fair value gap. Signature and price we wanted to watch. Okay? Doesn't mean it will stop here, but if it does, we have a potential reason for it to go lower because we still have lower prices that we can look at. And we can look at this as buy side stops or buy side liquidity being ran, and we want to see price come back lower. The thing you got to be careful about is if it wants to go higher, it could find a breaker sitting right here, and it could bounce off of that and move higher. So it's one of those things you just need to be aware of both sides, both opportunities. If price doesn't want, the question you're asking yourself, so if price doesn't want to go lower at this level, why could it go higher? So then I look for discount PD arrays to show me where price may want to go, and this is the breaker. You got your low, high, lower low, break higher, it could find support right here and move higher. But if you believe that the draw is to the downside, we want this to be violated, right? So we could end up playing a play like this. We look for the violation of it, like this, and then we look for it to come back up and test it, and then we take our entry on the test for the move lower. That's how you can protect yourself from looking at this and saying, oh, well, what if it goes higher and I don't want to take a loss. So you just take an extra step of precaution and let it break, then come back up to it, and then take your entry, right? This is just what it means to read price. Now, I'm on an eval account right now, so I will take this short on my eval account. I'm also on the 30-second chart. We want to be careful about it. This is not an A+. It's probably an A, B+ type setup. We're going to take it right there. We're going to go short. Okay, there's the close below the fair value gap, which is right here. We're looking for lower prices, but we will put our stop. Our stop loss is not going to be up here. I'm just setting it there. But if we close above this gray box, we will close the trade. We're looking at it to not close above this. So this is a cheap trade for me. I would call this a cheap trade. Now, if it just explodes higher with, 30 seconds left on the clock, then it could be a more expensive trade. But right now, I'm not liking this candle right here because of the breaker that we outlined. We also did make equal lows right here, so we got multiple things that we got to consider. It may leave this for later and want to move against us right now. So there is the rejection. It's back into it. I'm going to hold it for a second, see if it wants to run, because that was a wicked reaction right there. And if it's going to turn green, I'll get out. Once we hit these lows, I'm moving my stop to break even. Once it hits that low, stop to break even right there. I'll take profit at 52. I'll take profit there. I'll take 10 handles and get out. Okay, there's trade number 1 for my eval account on one mini contract. Now, why didn't I hold? I didn't hold because I only had one contract, and typically I like to take my first profit at 10 to 15 handles. I like taking my first profit at 10 to 15 handles. If I would have had 2 contracts, I'd still be in this right now. And I'm okay with the trade playing out. I'm okay. You have to make up your mind that that's what you're going to do. I like taking profit at 10 to 15 handles. I'm just going to do that. And if I only have one contract, then I got to decide, do I want to lock in my 10 to 15 handles, or do I want to hold for more? Do I want to be greedy and right? I'm going to take profit at 10 to 15 handles, take profit off, and then I'm going to hold for, if I have any remaining contracts, I'm going to do that. Okay? So, nice job, Deborah. So, you should be done for the day if you took your last trade, and we walk away. We walk away from the stream. We close our accounts. There's also some tools out there that you can actually set up to when you hit a button, it will lock you out of your trading accounts. So you could do that as well. There's multiple ways you could go about doing this to protect yourself, but now you have to do the hard part, and that is keeping yourself from making any more trades. That's the hardest part. So what did we get on that one? We ended up with one contract, made $250 on that one mini contract. Now, I'm going to say this out loud. I called this almost exactly. This is exactly what I called out. I even had the fair value gap in the right spot. That's crazy. Guys, when you, I'm not tooting my own horn here. I'm articulating something very important. I'm probably wrong 50% of the time on my ideas that I want to see happen in the charts. You are getting, out of all the ideas that are coming through my head, you're getting the 10% of them that are higher probability. And when you start doing this yourself and you see it play out exactly as you wrote it out or you called it, man, it feels great. It gives you confidence, but you got to be very careful about that confidence and still follow your rules and not just get, I'm invincible and start trading and make stupid trades, and then you're down and then you suck and then you're wondering the meaning of life and you're doubting everything that you've ever thought to be true. It's just taking these wins and documenting them and remembering them on days that are harder and remembering that, hey, I do know how to read price. Here's a breaker right there. And we didn't grab these lows. We didn't grab that data low, or not the data low, but the swing low right here. Swing low is right there. So now that I see this level right here, honestly, what I would be looking for is not taking a trade off of that. But if we got this inversion off of this breaker, that's where I would be going short. Now we're already within this leg from this low to this high. We're right now in extreme discount. So it's not a great idea to go short when we're way down here. We're just assuming we know that this could be the target. It may not be. It may be the target for the afternoon session. We may be done for the AM session. We may just go back into this range and then come back down here in the afternoon. That's highly probable. But look at this data. Look at this. This is crazy. This is just, you can't look at this and tell me this is just by chance. Look at this swing low to swing high. Here's our equilibrium. Look where it lands. It lands at the volume imbalance high on the daily. Look what the price did with that level. It wicked into equilibrium and the volume imbalance. It did it a second time, and it went higher, and then it decides to move lower. This is the low of that range. You can't tell me that that's just coincidence. No way. No way, my friends. This is rigged. This is designed to do this. This is the algorithm at work. So this is the fair value gap we went short on. I technically would have gotten stopped out, but the reaction of the candle immediately when that closed told me to stay in. But we're going to see if this fair value gap, this inversion fair value gap now, see how it reacts. See if it continues to hold. We went up to the consequent encroachment almost perfectly and rejected it. That in itself is an entry model right there. We're about 7 minutes away from the macro. I'm going to let the macro get here, and I might look at, if this sell side is still here, I might look at trying to get another trade into that on my eval account. I'm done on my performance and personal accounts. This was the breaker that I mentioned before. See how we broke through it and now are finding support at it? So breakers, bearish breakers can also work in the inverse. So we have our high, low, higher high. We break below it. We should have found resistance at it to move lower, but we didn't. And what do? We break through it, come back down to it, and find support. So now we want to see, are we just finding support and consolidating, or are we finding support and moving higher for higher prices? Or are we just going to stay between this breaker and this fair value gap till it's ready to leave that area? So that's how I'm looking at this. I'm looking for this to be violated and for the fair value gap to be violated. One or the other, I don't care. It's going to tell me where price wants to move to. Five minutes. Should be good. See how we're still sitting here, guys? We just gotta wait. Sometimes it's better to keep your attention on something else while you're waiting instead of just staring at price. Okay, so see how it's been respecting. Now it's moving away. We're 3 minutes till the macro. But I'm watching this. We're making equal lows here. If it just wicks it lower and goes higher, that makes this more attractive. But I'm watching this level for us to break through it and run to it. Now, you got to understand the difference between chasing moves and smart chasing moves. If we go here and we start making this large candle lower and it's obvious price is running, before it closes, you can chase a trade and it's a high probability. You just got to be quick. So let's say, there's 10 seconds left and we're down here and we've made all of this move. I'm going to get in and get ready to move my stop to break even or sell the trade once we hit this low right here. It's just it's smart chasing. You just got to know when to smart chase and when not to. And that only comes with experience. That only comes with seeing price over and over again and knowing when is a safe time to do it and when it's not. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen here, but it could be. We're sitting here waiting, guys. We're waiting for this fair value gap to break to the downside. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I want to see happen for us to get our second of 3 trades. We're doing a 3-trade challenge today. A 3-trade challenge where your focus is only to take 3 trades so that you're not over trading, revenge trading, not taking crappy setups, and you're being patient for the right one. Okay, let's see, 4 seconds left. Oh, tiny close below it. I'm going to take that as a risk. It didn't get me in? Okay. Not the best fill. It closed below it by a tick. That's why I got in. So we're watching this. Stop will be at break even. Okay. You got to know when not to take any more trades, guys. I'm doing this because I'm on stream. I would not be taking this trade if I was not on stream. So if you are watching this and you're taking this and you've taken multiple trades, this is not a trade you should be in because you should be done. We're looking for this and this. Looking for these 2 levels right here. Come on, don't give me a wick. going to take one off there, and then I'm going to put one at this new day opening gap. This, we're looking for it to stay underneath this fair value gap. 9 seconds left. There's the close above. We're going to close that trade. So that was a loss. That was a loss. This is what I mean. The more you take trades, guys, the more opportunities you have to lose. And I'm on this stream now because I'm streaming. But if this was me personally and I would have been done for today and I wouldn't have taken that trade. Now I'm on an eval account, but this is, you got to know when to be done. I still think we're going to go lower. Yeah, I'm going to take this. Don't do me dirty now. Be nice and clean. There it is. Gonna sell one there. See if we get down to the new day opening gap. Come on, give me a little wick. I'm just gonna take it off right there. All right. That's the second time that has happened here, folks. It wicks above it, closes just barely, and then explodes the other direction. All right, did I make my money back? I hope I made my money back. Yes, we did. We doubled our money. So we are $50, $60 away from passing this account. I made my 3 trades. Do you know what's going through my head right now? I'm deciding if I want to break my own rule that I set on the first day because I'm $50 away. Oh, man, isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic that we're doing a 3-trade challenge. I take my 3rd trade and I'm $50 away. You know what? I'm not going to do it. Come back tomorrow. I'm showing you the account right now. This is accountability right here. There's my account. Right? There's the balance. I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah, it's right there. There it is. 52,938.24. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to show this same account to you guys so you can see that it is at the same level. It's not higher. It's not lower. It's going to be at this level. I've taken my 3 trades on my eval account. I only took 2 trades on my other accounts. I am done officially. I have to close my accounts because I'm doing this 3-trade challenge to keep us from now losing the profits. How many times have you guys been this close to getting something, getting a payout, getting the number that you want, and then you're like, oh, just a little bit more, so you take another trade, and then it's a loss, and you're like, let's just get that back. So you're trying to get that back, and then you take another trade, and I lost a little bit more. Now you're like, oh, crap. And then that happens 3 or 4 times, and then you're like, oh, I have an idea. Why don't I just size up so I can get it all back in just one trade? I mean, come on. If that has not happened to you, you have not been trading long enough. You say to yourself, oh, I'll just size up. I'll just go a little bit bigger and I'll just get this back. I'm going to be super patient and wait for the perfect trade because I know I'm sizing up. It's logical. I'm in my right mind. I can do this. And then you blow the account then, or you lose another one. But this time, it's twice the amount of what you were down because you oversized. I mean, guys, trust me, I know I'm hitting a chord because I've done it. This is personal experience talking right here, friends. This isn't just me just pulling this out of nothing. I've done this very thing. It's like we justify insanity. We justify doing things that are actually stupid. We justify it. We try to wrap trash in velvet wrapping paper. It doesn't matter how pretty it looks, how good it sounds, how logical it seems. When you open that present, it's crap. It's just not a good idea, period. And we justify it and put it all together to make it, yeah, I can do this. And then we get slapped in the freaking face and it hurts. So our goal is 3 trades and we're done. That's the only thing you have to have the discipline to do is 3 trades and walk away. 3 trades and you're done. No more. Done. Close the account, walk away, run. Think of this as your temptation. This setup, you sitting in front of your computer is like choosing to be tempted. Get up from your computer, shut down the computer, walk away for just 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. If you are really contemplating that you want to take another trade just to get those 50 points, which you absolutely could do, it could happen the next trade, but you also could lose the next trade. Here's my challenge to you. Physically get up from your seat, from wherever you're trading, before you take that trade that you're so desperately needing to take. Walk away for a minimum of 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And then after that 10 minutes, while you're not sitting there, ask yourself that question again, should I take that trade? My bet is once that urge, that temptation is not there, you'll be more in your right mind and you'll say, you know what? I think it's better for me to just wait. I'm going to follow my rules because I need to strengthen that muscle more than I need to strengthen the muscle of trading to get it. Trading more to get it. We don't need to strengthen that muscle. It doesn't take, it's easy. I'm just going to sit here and click, baby. Click, click, clickety, click. It's so easy to want to do that. It's just like, all of this. Guys, if you're not picking up the spiritual principles that I'm laying down without talking about it biblically, maybe you don't, maybe you're not, don't have the relationship with the Lord that you should have, right? These are biblical principles that I'm literally laying out in just common language that, it talks about in Proverbs to run from the adulterous woman. Run from her. Run. It's temptation sitting right in front of you. It's like drawing you in to get it. Walk away. So that's going to be my challenge for you guys. This whole week is a 3-trade challenge. 3 and done. 3 trades and walk away. I am very green on the day. I am very happy. And it's in that state that you're just like elated. It's like, I can do no wrong. I'm going to go again. This is amazing. Let's just go. Let's get more. And that's when disaster strikes. So, you saw the account number. You know what it is. Tomorrow morning, all of you come back. You're going to see. I'm going to show it. Ask me. Keep me accountable. I'm going to show you that because it's important that I do. Important that I follow through on my own words, right? 3 trades and done. That's your job. 3 trades and walk away. The 3-trade challenge. Okay. That's going to be it for today, guys. It is 11 o'clock. We got 3 minutes. Price could move, but I don't care. Because I'm done. And you should be too. And if you're thinking to yourself, because I've been here, I've been here. What I'm about to say, I've been in that seat so many times. I've been on the other side of the screen of people saying what I'm saying to you, you should be done. And this is what I'm thinking. And this is probably what you're thinking. Yeah, he's saying that because he's green on the day. Yeah, he's saying that because he made his profit and he can be done. I didn't. I had some losses. I had some bad things happen. I had a trade go against me. My stop loss didn't work and I'm negative and now I need to get out. I justify why I should continue to trade. And I can honestly say, for every single time I felt that way, I probably should have stopped anyway. Because I was exercising the wrong muscle. You're going to exercise a muscle in your trading one way or the other. It's either going to be exercising the discipline muscle of following your rules or exercising the emotion muscle of, it didn't work out for me. I just need to get it. I just need a little bit more. I just need to get back what I lost. You're exercising one of those muscles. It's one of those that you're exercising. And as soon as you are convinced that that's what's happening, it's going to give you the ability to walk away. Because you walking away is actually exercising the muscle of discipline. And I can promise you no multi-million-dollar day trader is over trading because they want a little bit more. They have learned to be content with the profit that they get, the profit they take out of the market. And today I'm saying to the Lord, Lord, thank you for bringing the profits to me. Thank you for bringing the profits to me. I'm going to take what you've given me today and I'm going to walk away and I'm going to be content with what I had today. Now, it will grow. It will change as you're developing as a trader, but you have to start somewhere, and that somewhere is small. That somewhere is small, and you have to be okay with it. I'm literally speaking to myself because I want to be pulling out $10,000 a day, but I'm not. I'm not, and I'm not content with the less. So what do? I know that it's a journey and it's a process, and I will be there. I just know it. I'm convinced that is where I'll be. I'll be pulling out $10,000 a day. There's no doubt in my mind. It's a process and a journey though. And I've accepted that journey. I've accepted to submit myself to that time that it takes to actually get there. We'll get there. You'll get there. Just submit to the process of time and be okay with the small that you're given, right? The Bible says, do not despise small beginnings. Do not despise those small beginnings that you begin with. You're going to look back at these days of the small beginnings and you're going to go, I remember that. I remember that I had to stick through that. I remember how I felt. And you're going to be counseling somebody on the other side and walking them through it and telling them the exact same thing of what you struggled with, of wanting to take more trades because you weren't satisfied with the $100 that you made, the $50 that you made, the $10 that you made, right? You're going to be on the other side someday, and you're going to remember how that felt, and you're going to advise those young traders to be able to do that same thing. Walk away. Be content with the small. Be content with that small beginnings because it will grow. I promise you it will grow. It's just not fast enough for most of us. We want it today. We want it tomorrow. Submit yourself to that time, okay? Adzi. Hey, Tyler, how to become fearless so you can hold a trade and not let it affect you, win or lose? It's a great question. Let me make sure I got my words because this is fresh for me. So what I'm going to share with you is fresh. What I mean by fresh is I've dealt with this recently. I've come to accept that it is part of my journey, part of the process of becoming a better trader. Okay? So you can do one of two things. You can be content at taking 10 handle wins the rest of your life, being afraid to lose that money, so you take it and you don't let the runners run. Or you can convince yourself that part of the journey, the part of the process of becoming a multi-million-dollar day trader is learning to hold the trade. So, if you want to overcome this, before you get into the trade, Adzi, you have to tell yourself, quote, I'm going to hold this trade longer and I'm okay if it goes to break even. Repeat after me. I'm okay with this trade going to break even because I'm learning to hold this longer. End quote. You have to tell yourself, set the expectation on why you're getting into the trade. Are you getting into this trade to make money? Or are you having a longer term perspective that, hey, in a year, I want to be way over here. How am I going to get there? Well, I know I need to hold my trades longer. Guys, you saw me take a trade just a second ago and I sold it early. What was it? I believe it was this trade right here. What was my reasoning? I got in here. I think it was here. Maybe it wasn't here. And I sold around here. I sold around there. This isn't exact, but I sold somewhere around here. Maybe if I put up the... Let me do my executions. All right, here were my executions. So I got in here. And I sold here. There and there. There we go. Okay. So, look where I sold my contract. I sold my contract here and I didn't wait for the low. Why did I do that? If you weren't here, I did that because I want to always pay the trader. I want to take profit at 10 to 15 handles always. What is that? That's 14. I took profit at 14 handles. When I'm using one contract, I'm probably always going to take profit at 10 to 15 handles. When I take two contracts, I'm going to sell one at 10 to 15 handles, and then I'm going to move my stop to break even. And then I'm going to hold the trade to the target that I was initially targeting. That is how I'm going to hold for longer moves. Now, I already knew, because I had one contract, I'm going to sell it either at 15 handles, 10 to 15 handles, or I'm going to hold it here. I was okay with either. I just decided in the moment I want my 10 handles and I want to get out. Tell yourself what you want to do before you get into the trade. What is your goal for the day? Is your goal to strengthen that muscle of holding a trade longer? Or are you just looking to get your 10 handles and get out? You decide. Either is okay. But decide before you get in the trade so you know what to expect, and then it's going to be easier for you to hold. It's going to be easier for you to discard the thoughts of wanting to take profits. It just will be. And then tell yourself, I'm okay for going back to break even. Tell yourself that you're okay with that, and then you'll be more okay with it. That's just how it works. Isaac, approach your trades with a probabilistic mindset. Yes. Isaac, embrace the uncertainty. Adzi, I'm okay with this trade, and I will hold regardless of the outcome. 100%. That is exactly what you need to do. But tell yourself, prepare yourself for it. Now, where's price going to go the rest of the morning? I don't know. I don't care. I really don't care. There's a good chance it's just going to mess around in this area. It could drop lower. I don't care. It could completely reverse. It could tank right now. And I'll say, wow, wouldn't it be nice to be in that? But I don't care. I'm done. I'm done. So, to avoid the temptation, I'm going to help all of you at the moment to log off your trading accounts. I'm logging out of my trading accounts right now. We are done. And we're going to be done for the day. Thanks for being here today, guys. Hit that like button. Use the DTJ code for Apex to get the best discount on Apex if you use Apex as your brokerage or your for your funded accounts. It's a great way to support me. That's absolutely free to you. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button, guys, and we will be back here tomorrow for another trading day. We'll see you guys. God bless.